If you've ever tried learning about online business, you've probably heard a lot of creators say you need to pick a niche. But what the heck is even a niche? Because when I first started, I was completely confused by this word. I literally did not understand what it meant. And I kept hearing creators say, you need to pick your niche. And then I heard other creators saying a niche doesn't matter and this and that. And I just want a video here ditching the myths and helping you understand what a niche really means and why it is so important for you to actually have a good understanding of what your niche is for your business if you want to find success. Before I dive in, I would love to invite you into Digital Products Academy. This is my completely free beginners course and community located over on School. We have over 9,000 members inside already. And truly, this is like my insider group. I share daily tips and tricks and what is actually working for me in real time in my digital products business. So I'd love to see you there. So let's get into it. What the heck is a niche? A niche, to put it really simply, is a specific group of people with a specific problem or interest. I want to do a sidebar already and say the more specific your niche is, the better. So you could have a really broad niche, which would just be like moms. This really isn't a niche. It's so broad. It's like 40% of the whole population. It's not cut down enough. Something that would be more niche would be homeschool moms, because this is more of a subset of the population. So if we want to cut that down even more, something that would be way more niche would be new homeschool moms teaching elementary aged kids, right? That's really specific. Let's talk about why niche matters. And does it even matter? Because I keep hearing creators now say, oh, you don't need a niche. Do not listen to this advice. It's such bad advice. Algorithms basically only job to push your stuff out to people is to figure out who you're talking to. If you are talking about cats one day and homeschool stuff one day, business one day, your kid's bike the next day, they are going to have no idea who your audience should be. You will have such a hard time growing an audience and growing a business. You will absolutely give up. The easiest way to start growing a digital business or an audience is by being super specific with who you're talking to and making sure you're just talking to that person again and again and again. This is how platforms pick up on where to push your content to. Your niche really matters because people buy solutions. They don't necessarily buy PDFs and courses and Google Docs and stuff. They're buying solutions to their problems. The more specific you get and the more on topic you stay inside of your niche, the easier it is going to be for the platform to connect you with the type of person that would be interested in buying your product. Create content, have a product that solves a problem for your target audience, attract that target audience, and make sales. That should be your flow. But you have to be really specific with your niche to make any of those things happen. So there's a really popular saying that basically says, if you are talking to everyone, you're actually talking to no one. And this is so true. And I think as beginners get started, they think, oh, I want to be able to help everyone. I want to be able to talk to everybody. This is such a beginner trap, because when the algorithm is looking at you, or even when people are looking at you, they can't decide if the content is for them or not, because it doesn't seem like you're talking to anybody specific. So it leaves everybody confused. It leaves the algorithm confused. And then you just get pushed to the bottom of the feed. So talking to everyone would be a really bad way to do things. So let me give you a little bit of a better example. Let's say busy moms who want to make money online is your niche. Having a specific niche like that makes content creation so much easier, because you start to understand exactly who you would create content for, how you would talk to that type of person, what type of content you would create, as well as what type of products would actually make sense for that person. The more specific you get with your niche, the easier it's going to be to create products and content for that specific person. One of the biggest myths is that you need some magical, perfect niche. And I think a lot of beginners get caught up here. I see a lot of people literally spending weeks or months or more searching for the perfect niche. I literally just talked to somebody today who said they have been researching and watching YouTube videos and watching free trainings and doing all this stuff for over a year and a half, and they still have not picked a niche. This is just such a mistake. This could have been a year and a half in with experience in something, even if it wasn't the perfect niche. My advice is to choose something you're interested in. Choose something you know something about. Choose something you're somewhat passionate about that you could maybe help in a small way someone get better in that area. If you're deciding between a couple of niches, because I see this a lot, here's my biggest advice. Choose the one that you're most excited to learn more about in your life, because this is going to be something that you are slowly going to be becoming an expert on, not overnight, but you're going to be in this place where you're learning more and more and more about that topic, teaching more and more about that topic. So which one, if you're deciding between two, are you most excited to learn more about? That's the one that you should choose, because that excitement is going to carry over into your content, into your products, into everything. It's a big difference if you're like, oh my gosh, I just learned this about XYZ and I cannot wait to show it to you, share it with you, whatever, as opposed to something that maybe you do know a lot about, but you're not really that excited about anymore. Choose the one that is bringing you the most joy and excitement. And if you're starting from total zero and you're like, I don't even know what I would choose, ask yourself a couple of questions. What are you really good at? What do people constantly ask you for help with? What problems have you already solved for yourself? What could you reasonably create content about for the next year? You don't have to have everything figured out on day one. You just need to find a niche or an area that you feel somewhat good about and excited to start getting better with. And most importantly, you just need to get started. You will learn so much more about what you like and what you don't like as you are taking massive action in your business. Most people do not get stuck because they picked the wrong niche. Most people get stuck because they don't actually pick a niche. Choose a direction, start learning, adjust as you learn. If you are still trying to figure out your niche and trying to figure out how the heck to actually make money online with simple digital products, I want you to come into Digital Products Academy. The link is going to be listed right below this video. We have almost 9,000 members inside of here already, and we're growing every single day. I have a full beginner's course and community completely free. This is truly my insider group. I share tips, tricks, all of the things that are working for me right now in real time on how I am monetizing so well online with digital products. So let's see you there.